What questions would you ask the West Ham board if you were given the opportunity? Hello, welcome to the West Ham Confidential here on Irons United. Look, I wanted to talk a little bit about the board, Gold, Sullivan, Brady. What would you say to them if you had the opportunity to say to them? Would you just say, I want you out of the club? What would you say? Would you ask for explanations? Would you ask for a plan, what they have in store for the club? Would you ask them to explain, nay, demand that they explain the financials of the club? Would you demand that they clarify the misinformation, the lies, the untruths? Would you get on their case, let's say, and demand that they tell you what was the real reasoning for the move? And how much money was spent and how much money was lost and how much money was gained by the sale of Upton Park? How many questions would you be able to ask and how many answers do you think you would get? The question has always been, can they be forced out of their position? And the answer is no, they can't. But so much pressure is being put on the board now that it's becoming more and more uncomfortable. More and more people are asking questions. The media are asking questions. And the fans are starting to get more of a traction in their protest. More and more fans are starting to understand, actually, there is trouble at the top. There is trouble behind the scenes. One of the first questions that I would ask the board, Gold, Sullivan and Brady, is this. When they decided to move us from Upton Park to the London Stadium, what was their actual plan? What did they think they were going to achieve? Did they think that what they were saying at the time was a realistic plan? The second question I would say is this. Do they think they have the fans on side? How are they communicating their plans effectively? And how are they going to re-engage with the fan base? What is their plan for the club? We've got so many questions. We've got so many unanswered issues with the club, with the structure, the financing, the support for the squad, the spending. Where has all the money gone? Lies, lies, lies. These are the questions that we would want members of the media to be asking Gold, Sullivan and Brady. It's all well and good for us to say, we want you out, we want you to go. The fan base to say, get out. Lies, lies, lies. But we need also for them to be held accountable for what they say and what they do. All the PR blunders, all the outbursts in the media, all the retaliations on Twitter, the fiasco with the transfers, who does the transfers, the fiasco with the managers, the mismanagement of the club, the finances, overpaying for some players, we're not willing to pay enough for other players, not investing properly in the training facilities, not investing in a proper scouting system, having a director of football that is actually great friends with the manager-elect. What about having their children involved in transfer deals as well? The manager's child, director of football's child, Sullivan's child. What is going on? Surely if you appoint a director of football, they're supposed to be completely independent. They're supposed to be a general manager of the club. Therefore, the manager is a head coach who works alongside or beneath the director of football. It's a structural issue. What do they say to the fan base when the fans say that they are clueless, they do not understand football, they do not have a footballing business brain? They have business brains, but not football business brains. Why have they never really properly appointed people within the club to run the club properly? We could go on. The club website, which has just had a little bit of a facelift recently. You know, possibly they've been listening to me for a long, long time where I've been saying about the website, the way there's too many different access points to it. They've recently changed that. Their media team, the social media team, it always seems to have little problems with it. Little unadvised tweets, let's say, ill-advised PR blunders. Brady, you know, always having her columns being outspoken, saying the wrong things over and over again. Gold coming out in the media, retaliating, almost implying that fans are a threat to him. Then trying to claim that they have the 50,000 on the waiting list and that they have, you know, all these fans who really are supporting them. Let's not forget that there always be a certain percentage of fans that will support the club, support the board, I should say. There will always be a certain percentage of fans that will have sympathy for what they've done, or tried to do, let's say. But there will be an overwhelming majority of fans that have been upset for a long, long time. You could say there is a percentage of fans who just want the board out, who want to protest, who want this whole nightmare to end. But there will be a large percentage of fans also who are totally dissatisfied but really do not know what they can do. Can anything change? Can they? They don't believe that they can force anybody out. They can only hope that things will get better. So many missed opportunities from the board, so many false reporting, so many false aspirations, so many false promises. They've alienated much of the fan base. They haven't provided proper answers. And now we're staring relegation in the face. And we want to know, where is it all gone wrong and what can they do about it? And if they are prepared to sell up and move on, would they take the money? Would they take the money and run? Let's say if they get relegated, would they welcome investors and would they say we're prepared to sell now? Are they prepared just to hold on for no matter what, or are they going to bow down to pressure? Let us know in the comments what you want to ask. Let us know what answers that you want from them, from Sullivan, from Gold and from Brady. Maybe you don't want answers. Maybe you just want them to improve things. Maybe you just want them to change the way they've been. Maybe you want them to have a proper plan, a proper roadmap, if you will, to get us onto better times. Is it just a case of investment? Is it a case that actually lots of people would have kind of forgotten about the whole stadium thing or not really remarked about the stadium thing if we just invested in the squad, in the players, especially the first 2 seasons where we just had so many mishits that it's unbelievable? We're in a downward spiral. We've been in downward spiral for a long, long time. We've got hellish fixtures coming up, and you know it's going to be a miracle if we can get out of this. If we get out of this, avoid relegation, it's just going to be by the skin of our teeth. But what is their plan to make things better? What is their plan to improve the stadium? What is their plan with the stadium? Are they going to buy it? Do they want to buy it? Some people say no, they don't want to buy it. Other people say yes, they do want to buy it. What is their plan? Do they want to buy it so they can sell it on? Do they want to sell the club, increase the value of the club? You know, so on one hand, they get rid of an asset, which is Upton Park, the tangible asset. They bring us over to London Stadium with no assets whatsoever. Now what they're saying, what they want to try and get that asset again so they can either build up an asset as the Premier League or they're going to sell it on. What is their plan? Do they have the finances to be a Premier League owners, and to keep West Ham in the Premier League? They say they've invested 250, 240 million pounds over 10 years or whatever it is, yeah, as a net spend. But is that enough over a 10-year period? Shouldn't it be a lot more? Or should they have spent a lot more wisely in the infrastructure of the club as opposed to just throwing money at players that are totally underperforming? Yes, they've got a high wage bill. We know that. Yes, but all Premier League teams have that. Yes, they've had to pay off managers and compensation, all that. But isn't this part of the problem that they're starting to make, or they have been making, interesting decisions for a long, long time. You know, I want to say absolutely crazy decisions. We all want to say that. Let us know in the comments below. Let us know what you want to ask. Let's all together, let's see if we can have something here tangible that we can put forward to them. You know, let's the whole media world know what we want to ask. All the questions, all the answers, and all the lies. Is it all lies, lies, lies? Or are they trying but are failing miserably? Is it a case that they're just so incompetent at running this that really they need to go? I have my opinions, but I want to hear yours. Let us know in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel. Down there, there's a little bell thing. Subscribe. Get onto Irons United. We do lots of live shows now on match days and previews and reviews. We have different shows throughout the week. So check those out. Like and subscribe. As I say, get that little bell going. But let us know in the comments as well. Give it a good old thumbs up, if you will, and all our videos. And just tell all your friends to come over to Irons United and join in the chat. If you want to be part of Irons United, in that you want to come on a video as a guest, get in touch with us via the website ironsunited.wordpress.com. If you want to do a match day report when we're doing one of our live shows, report from the ground, either before the game or after the game, or on your way to and from the ground, let us know. Get in touch as well. We'd really appreciate that. Right, catch you on the next video, coming very, very soon. But as I say, subscribe to Irons United. That'd be really cool. Ta-da.